It's 5 o'clock p.m. here on this beautiful Saturday, February 15th, 2025. And I'm out here with my cows and the sheep. And it's about 60 degrees and we just got a bunch of rain again. 4/10 of an inch, 0.4 inches for those of you in decimal land. No, it's about a centimeter. Because 2.54 centimeters per inch, so that makes about 1 centimeter, right? I think 0.4, because 4 inches would be like 10 centimeters. Yeah, that's about right. All right, guys. So as you can see, this field is wet and muddy. Check the triangles on the cows; they look fine. I wanted to explore this part of the field that isn't as wet and muddy. Oh, I should mention this. I was with my wife in the old Costco today, and they had a good price on hoses, 5/8 inch hose. And it was so good that I said, let's get 10 of those. It's cheaper than getting, 300 feet of PEX pipe. These are 100-foot long hoses, so I just got 1,000 feet of hose, 5/8 inches, for 200 some odd bucks, $250 or something like that. And yeah, so that might be the answer, so that I can move the water down with the cells all the way to the end, is just 100-foot hoses. I was actually thinking of taking one of the PEX pipes back and plugging it into or returning it so I can get 3 100-foot long PEX pipes, which is about the same price. And that way I could have connections every 100 feet. But with hoses, I think that should work. So I'm gonna see if that works. There's a chance that the pressure won't be strong enough, or the pressure and flow won't be strong enough to power the, hey there buddy, to power the filling of the tub. But if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm probably gonna go through those hoses anyway. Hoses wear out pretty quickly. I think buy that $80 contractor grade 3/4 inch hose from Lowe's or Home Depot. I think it's the same company making the hose for both those companies. And I'll get depressed when 3 months later it gets a hole. The warranty only lasts a month. These hoses, however, they're made by an American company called Flexon, I believe. And so I looked into them and looked at people talking about their hoses. And some people say these hoses are the best. So I might have made one of the greatest purchases of my life. Because I'm always, the hoses are probably the one part that I really don't like of this whole operation. When I buy another water trough, I'm going to hook up the little bobber valve thing. Explain to you why I did it wrong the first time and how much trouble it's been trying to keep things working. And but the hoses are the part that keeps failing, So anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll see if it works out or not. I'll let you know if the hoses are any good. But yeah, it's Saturday evening. It's Sunday for you guys. For those of you that watch and listen. And I should mention also, I made contact with a farm up in Oklahoma. They sell feeder pigs. It's called Idaho Pasture Pig is the breed. And I look into the Idaho Pasture Pig, and it's a combination of 2 or 3 different breeds. One of them being the Berkshire, the famous black pigs from Japan and Korea. So I'm going to order 4 of those. I think they'll be here, in May or June. I'll have to double check the email she sent me with all the dates. But they should finish off at 300 pounds, which is pretty dang big for a pig. 300 pounds is, it's 2.2 pounds per kilo. So I'm just going to say it's like 165 kilos. Probably 160. I'm just guessing. And then the hang weight is about 2/3 of that once you get all the guts out. And then the meat you get out of that is about half of the original weight. So 150 pounds of meat. And I'm excited. So they do a pasture operation like I want to do with hot wire and everything. So I think she was fairly excited to have a customer. But I looked into breeding pigs, and I'm just like, that's too much work, you know. And the sows, the female pigs, the sows are mean. So I don't want to be around sows or have kids around the sows. Let somebody else handle that knows what they're doing. It's well worth the price to buy the feeders and raise them to weight. So that's what I'll be doing. Yeah, this old tree died a while ago, and the branches are coming down. I don't like to stay near it. I'm worried a branch will fall on my head and I'll die. You know, but they're coming down. I think it died last year because of the drought and stuff. Big, beautiful trees that we grow around here. They take years and years to grow. The problem is they die at the drop of a hat. So you can't get attached to them. They don't last very long. They grow quick though. I tell you what, these trees, they grow quick. It boggled my mind because I'm from the Pacific Northwest, which is famous for those tall Douglas firs. And those Douglas firs, they take years, decades to grow that size. My brother, he got a sapling, I think it was about 2 feet tall, and he planted that in our front yard when he was like in 6th grade. So he was like, what, 13, 12 years old, something like that. And about 10 years ago, my parents had it cut down because it was just a little bit too big for the yard. And so that tree, over the course of, I want to say like 30 years, you know, it grew up to that size where it started to become a nuisance. You know, it takes a long time for those trees to grow. They last a long time, but they take a long time to get there. These are the 2 bottle lambs. They're following me around because I'm their mama. I'm just looking at this part of the pasture. The sheep are all down here. They're having a little party. They didn't invite me. So I brought out some protein supplement and some minerals. And then they decided they wanted to go hang out and be best buds. And then I saw one of the sheep was limping. So I was like, that was a torn ear one. The one that was attacked by the dog, Ramy's mama, Ramy Jr.'s mama. So I was like, I'll get my hook and my shepherd's crook, and you know, I'll get the shears, the nail trimmers, and I'll get the copper sulfate bottle. So I set it all up and I grabbed the hook, and then all of a sudden all the sheep decided I was public enemy number 1. They're all running around in circles and stuff, and you know, hey, you're not old enough yet for that, Ramy. You got to be a little older. Yeah, so I can't outrun a lame sheep, you know. Either the sheep is still pretty healthy or I'm just really bad at running in mud. I didn't want to slip and fall. That mud was pretty deep over there, you know. Anyway, not much to update you guys on. Just hanging in there. I'm looking forward to spring, but I really am going to let the grass grow before I start turning it on the grass. And those hoses are meant so that we can stay a longer period of time in these rows. The plan is to unroll bales of hay end to end, and then just have them walk down the bales of hay, you know, moving them as often as they need. Probably give them half a bale of hay a day, and having the cows follow the sheep directly behind them. And however long it takes the cows to eat a half a bale of hay, that's how long the moves are going to take, you know. Maybe a whole bale. I think it takes about a day for a whole bale, so maybe I'll do a half a bale of hay. And then I'm going to start practicing moving the water down, seeing if that has any negative impact on the water source. Like, it could be that I come out here to the furthest corner of the pasture here, which we're in the furthest corner right now from the water source. It could be I come out here and the water comes out like a trickle with barely any pressure, hardly any flow, and so the trough can't fill up, or maybe there's not enough pressure to seal the trough so it overflows. You know, I'll find out. You know, I'm not going to do an experiment. I'll just gradually lay it out longer and longer. Either it works or it doesn't. If it doesn't work, I'll find something else. You know, that 3/4 pipe might be the answer instead of 5/8 inch hose. You know, But I was looking, the Flexon company, they have a 3/4 inch hose too that's not much more expensive than the 3/4 and the 5/8. So maybe I just order a bunch of hoses from them. And they have one, it's like agricultural duty, like contractor and agricultural duty. Right, and they specifically list on there that it's perfectly fine to feed the animals with the water. My belt is coming apart. Yeah. That's not a good thing. That's a screw. They actually used a screw. Huh. Well, that explains why I've been seeing those weird nuts and bolts all over the place. I got one of those $30 belts. I don't think they're $30 anymore, probably closer to $50. But it's a nice thick leather belt that I can actually put my gun on. I need to get a smaller one. My waist is getting smaller. Anyway, that's the story on the hoses and the animals and the rain. I didn't check the weather report, but right now it's 60 degrees and warm. So have a great day, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.